you want to create a digital product, but you want it to be purposeful. You don't want it to just be this junk that you publish out into the world and it helps no one. Where do you begin? Well, start with the problems that you have overcome. Let me give you an example. A couple years ago, I started a YouTube channel and I talked about the struggles that I was having within my marriage. And I talked specifically about narcissism. And my audience started growing. People started asking me about my marriage, how, they started to pour out their hearts and started sharing with me the struggles that they were going through. Now, if I would have created a product that would specifically had helped out those women, one of the products that I would have created is an inspirational, like a daily inspirational book for women. Why? Because that's what I was hungry for. Every day it was a struggle. So every day I was hungry and I was thirsty for like hope. I felt like I was drowning. So I just wanted a word, somebody to minister something to me that was going to lift me up again, that was going to recharge me, that was going to give me energy, because I was feeling completely depleted. Emotionally, I was emotionally numb. So anything that spoke life into my life was like a huge help. And I was looking up for a lot of content, and I did buy books that spoke and that talked about narcissism and what it is and the red flags and all that good stuff. But I didn't find, I didn't come across a product that specifically targeted issues, like how to resolve those issues within the Christian context. So this is an idea for you. If you have dealt with your husband has this narcissistic personality and they have these patterns that continue to manifest themselves, guess what? There's a market out there of women that need help, that are looking to be inspired, that need hope desperately because they don't know what to do. A great product would be an inspirational journal where you can share just a little bit about what you have gone through and how you have overcome small hurdles in your life, in your marriage. This is just an idea. This can be not just for marriage, but any other thing that you have overcome, any problem, such as healing from trauma of some kind, any type of trauma that you have experienced in your life, and you could definitely help someone out by giving them daily inspirational quotes that you create yourself, that you actually come, not just copy and paste from ChatGPT, but really words that have inspired you, things that God has downloaded into your heart, just thoughts that have come to your mind in moments of desperation that you can share with other women that are seeking for help and hope and just a light at the end of the tunnel. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and design and teach you one way that you can approach this type of digital product, whether you're going to go ahead and sell it on your Stan store or you're going to sell it and publish it through Amazon KDP. Let's get started. The first thing you want to go ahead and do is create a template. And you're going to go ahead and click on create a design. And then the width and height that I'm going to use is a 5 by 8 inches. Make sure the unit is in inches. Then you click on create a new design. Once you're on this page, you can do two things. You could do one of two things when you design the front cover of your book. You can go ahead and go on Google and search for inspirational journals so that you can get some ideas, or you head on over here to Canva. You go where it says design, and on the search bar, you can type in the word book. Here, you're going to have hundreds of options to choose from. You can either choose one or, like I said, come up with one from scratch. For the sake of this video, I'm going to click on this one, the first one to the left. And the reason why I want to click on it is because I want to show you something. If you have never done this before, you want to use something like this template, because it gives you options on, not options. It already has designed the table of contents, the chapter page, the interior pages. You say this is an introduction page, and so on and so forth. So you can just go ahead and click and add to your template, and you build your digital product that way. But for the sake of this example, I'm only going to be using this front cover. I actually like it. It's very simple, and all we have to do is go ahead and input our title, subtitle, name of author, and maybe some elements. And I'm going to show you that right now. The first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and add the title. The title is going to be Married to a Narcissist. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and minimize the letters here. And you can do this however you'd like. Then for the subtitle, I'm definitely going to change, make it bigger. I want to change the color so that it pops. And then here I'm going to add an inspirational journal for women struggling in their marriage. Excellent. So now let me just go ahead and minimize it. Okay, good. And then here I can go ahead and add my name as the author name. I'm going to go ahead and remove this where it says logo. I just want to delete it. And then I'm going to change the color. The color, I want something along these lines, but I want to go ahead and darken this color. So all you have to do is go here to where it says add new color under document colors. Click on that. And now here I can go ahead and either bring it up or bring it down or side to side until I get the shade that I want. So that is the shade that I like for this type of book. And then as per elements, I want to add some stuff at the top, but I don't want something super flashy. I want something very simple. We can do that. All you can do is, for example, let's say you want to use a circle. You can use that. And for this book, I'm going to use it like this. This color is too pink, so I want to go ahead and change it. And I'm going to do the same thing. Go over to under document colors. Come here, and I just want to make it a little bit lighter. And that's a perfect color. Now I'm going to duplicate this circle. Now, but this time I'm going to minimize it. I want it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. But this time I want it a lot smaller. Wait a second. Okay, here you go. So now we're going to minimize it here. Perfect. So this is my front cover. Something very simple, very basic. Now I'm going to create an interior page. I'm going to delete that color. I don't want it. I just want white. And I want to add this element, this circle, to the interior pages. And the way that I want to add it, whoa, I did it wrong. Okay, I'm going to click here and then I'm going to paste. Wait a second. It's not doing it. Okay, now page 2, copy paste. There you go. So I want to go ahead and use it here. Just minimize it a little bit. Make sure it's centered. I'm going to duplicate it, move it to the left, and then duplicate it. And now I want to move it to the right. Perfect. Now I want to go ahead and add some words. When it comes to an inspirational journal, I would advise, or it's just one way to do it. Talk about the different topics that maybe you struggle with or the things that you have overcome that are most probably the same things that other people are going through. So in this case, because we're talking about narcissism, one of the things that I have encountered with, encountering someone that has a narcissistic personality is lack of empathy. So I'm going to go ahead and click on text and I'm going to click on heading. I'm going to change the font to Canvas Sans and I want the words to be a little bit smaller, the size that is. And then lack of empathy. This is your book. You can make it all lowercase if you want to write the words lowercase. It's all up to you. Now that I have created that title, I'm going to go ahead and click here where it says add a little bit of body text. Okay. I'm going to exit out of here and I'm going to maximize this. What we want to incorporate when it comes to an inspirational journal, and one of the things that I was craving, that I was desiring, that I wanted, and I was looking online on YouTube to see what other women are going through this whole, dealing with this in marriage, but mostly who's going through this in marriage in the context of Christianity, like a Christian household, two people that believe in God, two people that go to church, that believe in, that are taught certain things like a wife should be submissive to her husband or submit to her husband, and just things like that. It does not work within the context of a wife dealing with a narcissist. It becomes very abusive. There's a lot of lines that can be crossed and that are not. It's just unhealthy. So now what we do, we communicate a little bit about our experience. In my case, I can go ahead and write something a little experience that I've gone through, and it has to do with lack of empathy from my husband's, from my husband. So let's say, for example, you do not want to tell, you want to show. This is how you do it. Whoa, it's not typing. Okay. I can't believe that as I cried, all you did was laugh. You mocked me while I was in a heartbreaking moment. You mocked me while I was down. I mean, oh my gosh. As a writer, there are so many things that I can write. You mocked me while I was down. It's exactly what happened, and it was heartbreaking. Okay, so something like this. I mean, it could be 10 times longer, okay? It could be 4 paragraphs, but for the sake of this example, I'm just going to go ahead and write something small, something brief. And then here, you can go ahead and write if this is something inspirational toward the reader. If this is you, you are not alone. I've been there more times than I can count. Wait. Okay. And then, but know that it's not forever. And wait, God is faithful. Okay. Something like this, right? A little message for your reader to inspire them to have hope. And then you can even challenge them to do something during those moments where they're being mocked, where their partner doesn't care about how they're making them feel and things like that. If you are crying and feeling emotionally depleted, go outside and go for a walk. Breathe and look up at the sky. Know that God is still writing your story. Better days are to come. Okay, so something like this. And then at the bottom, you can even add a prayer. You can even add a section with a prayer. Let's say you have created basically the structure of what you want each page or each 2 pages to look like within your book. You're going to go ahead and click on grid view. And if this is what you're going to have, and you're going to use the same template, all you have to do is duplicate it over and over and over again. Then you go back to, let's say, for example, page 3, and you change this. Lack of empathy. What's something else that we go through as wives married to narcissists? It could be entitlement, right? And then you go back here and then, let's say page 4. What's another topic? Grandiosity. Let's see. What is another thing? Oh, controlling behaviors. You could put control. What else do you go through? And then you could just go ahead and add all the different types of topics that you can think of what you've gone through in your marriage, with your kids, any problem that you have overcome, that you have gone through maybe years of trying to heal from a specific trauma from your past. You have to think in terms of the pain that you have endured and how we can turn that into purpose to minister to the women that need it most, to the women that are down and under right now as we speak in this hour that really need a word from you. You can go ahead and lead them through your inspirational journal. You can lead them through the right video. You can add a link here on your template, and you can go ahead and lead them to a video. You can lead them to maybe like a workbook. You can even create your inspirational journal plus a workbook where they can read the journal, the inspirational journal, and they can go ahead and buy both products. And you're actually helping them get out of this rut that they find themselves in, helping them find a little bit of hope amid the struggle and the storm. I hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know, have you created an inspirational journal before? I love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.